I've always wanted to make films all over the world and work with foreign casts and mixed crews on this kind of project. And it is a romantic kind of genre. You see even from the first mission how Brian De Palma shot Prague and the Charles Bridge. It was beautiful, you know, and eerie. So when audiences see it, I want to transport them. I want to bring them to these places.
It was very important to me that each one of the international locations we went to was not lost behind all of the action. I really wanted to make this for an international audience, and I wanted to bring you to places that you might not otherwise be able to go to.
It's thinking, okay, what haven't we seen before? And not just that, but also what does the story need?
With a mission, it's like finding the architecture that will give us story. You want drama? Go to the opera.
I was in France and went to the opera there and was suddenly struck by this beautiful building and thought, someone should shoot an action sequence in here. And that inspired the opera sequence. I had a real interest in Vienna very early on. And so we went to Vienna to see if the opera house there was at all suitable for what we wanted to do. And it was walking around the opera house, which was very different from the opera house that had inspired the sequence, that we realized that it was perfect.
Where in the world has a really fantastic opera house? And not just interiors, but exteriors as well. Even when you have a fantastic classical exterior, there aren't many of them that you can get the camera very far back from to really get the scale. But Vienna has wide boulevards. It lends itself to the scope and scale of filmmaking that Chris McQuarrie was really after.
You know, I've been to Vienna many times, and it's just beautiful. It's very elegant in the detail and scale. To me, it has a romantic quality about it.
Just shooting in the Opera House, having the access that we did to the Vienna Opera House was extraordinary because we got to see some of the behind-the-scenes stuff of this incredible building and this incredible architecture and art in there. My green room at one point was this extraordinary sort of golden room. It was just absurdly beautiful.
The city is incredible. Jumping off the Vienna rooftop, that's very memorable.
To get that access to the roof, the Vienna Film Commission, everyone were like unbelievably helpful.
Where's it located? Morocco.
Morocco.
With Morocco, it was a bit tougher because we had very specific action sequences. So the locations not only had to be controllable, they also had to fit the flow of action. We had to be able to close off highways, we had to have good mountain passes with good vistas beyond. You know the kind of thing you're looking for, you just have to find it.
Once we determined that we were going there, it became very important to me that we find the beauty of that location.
Morocco gave us a great contrast to the look of Vienna. We were looking for a vastness and a large scope that sort of rivaled Lawrence of Arabia, to just open up the movie to this vast countryside.
We had never taken the franchise to that part of the world before. So to shoot in those wide open spaces with those incredible vistas in one of the most beautiful countries in the world became just a natural choice that wasn't hard to make.
In our scouts, we were looking at Casablanca, we looked in Rabat, we looked in Marrakesh, and there were things that I liked about all of them, and decided we're going to use all three. The staircase, for example, the Rabat steps. As soon as I saw that location, I knew exactly what I wanted to do there. And luckily, we were able to get all of those locations together.
So where are we going?
Well, Tom and I fell in love with London when we were shooting Edge of Tomorrow here with Doug Liman. So it was no question that we wanted to come back.
I love that feeling in London that you get, that look. It holds a magic for me personally, and I think for McHugh too.
Locations immediately became self-evident. Blenheim Palace, the Albert Embankment where you can see Parliament in the background, the Tower of London where we shot our climax. We really wanted to hit those big landmarks and kind of make a love letter to London.
I wanted fog, and I wanted the cobblestone streets, and also to be right there by the Tower of London and the castle in the background.
We did a street chase through London. Middle Temple and Inner Temple were picked because what they give us is a very good London street vibe, but they're private. So we can come in, we can lock them down, and we can, get lots of flexibility about what we want to do.
I feel like we should be whispering because we're in the Temple Church. It's incredibly beautiful.
being out at night in London with all of that fog and having control of the streets was just really liberating and a lot of fun. There were really wonderful experiences we had in each and every place. I think more than anything is just at every location, the thing that I appreciate the most is the people and how accepting of us they were, how tolerant of us they were, how friendly and open everywhere we went.
I mean, we are mixing culture, countries, people. I think that's why it works.
We build sequences within cities and celebrate their architecture and their beauty, the aesthetics of their culture. That's part of what Mission Impossible is. It is a journey that celebrates locations.